There were certainly more wholesome shows on the air in the 1990s than Seinfeld. After all, the subject matter on Seinfeld could, occasionally, anger some viewers, making it a series that wasn't for everyone. And yet, it was an absolute sensation that found its way onto millions of television sets during the course of its 9-season run. Years later, thanks to syndication and streaming, the show has gone down as one of the most beloved, best written, and most financially successful series of all time. Co-creators Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld struck gold with this sitcom, and they continue to reap the benefits. While the reputation that Seinfeld has is utterly stellar, there are some dramatic stories from behind the scenes. In fact, there are some secrets that have slowly come to light over the years that cast a dark shadow on the production. Secrets that prove that Seinfeld was a far more controversial series than some may believe, but mostly, this was due to what the cast and crew were up to while making it. The cast of Seinfeld wanted Heidi Swedberg fired. The fact that the cast of Seinfeld hated working with the actor who played Susan, Heidi Swedberg, is easily one of the biggest bombshells released after the show's completion. While it may be one of the most well-known on this list, it was under wraps for years after the show ended. After all, it didn't exactly paint the cast in a good light. That they disliked working with the actor so much that they had the creators kill her character off. The Chinese restaurant episode almost got the show cancelled. The truth about the Chinese restaurant episode is that the executives at Bix loathed the concept so much that they rethought their investment in the show. While executives like Warren Littlefield regret their aggressive outburst when they learned the episode would basically feature no plot, at the time they believed it was a huge risk. Given how early Seinfeld was in its run, they didn't believe an episode like the Chinese restaurant would land. The cast of Seinfeld fought with the cast of Roseanne, Bao and Tom Arnold have always been among the most controversial stars in Hollywood. However, in the 1990s, their show, Roseanne, was easily one of the best things on TV, but so was Seinfeld. However, the feud between them and the cast of Seinfeld, specifically Julia Louis-Dreyfus, wasn't about a popularity contest. It was sparked when Julia accidentally parked in Tom's parking spot on the Bix lot. This caused Tom to write her a nasty note. Larry David and Jason Alexander came to Julia's defense, but this got Roseanne angry, who defiled Julia's car with a H-word and slammed her on The Late Show with David Letterman. Jerry Seinfeld was dating a minor. At the time when Seinfeld was at the height of its success, Jerry Seinfeld got himself into a highly controversial relationship. By today's standards, it would be a cancelling offense, but even back in the mid-1990s, it was highly frowned upon, while Jerry maintains that he and Shoshana Lumstein didn't officially start dating until she was 18. The fact is that he got her number in Central Park when she was just 17 and in high school. He was 38 at the time. The man who played Elaine's father walked around with a butcher knife. The Jacket was one of the many episodes based on Larry David's real life. In it, actor Lawrence Tiney played Elaine's father. He was supposed to be menacing in the show, but he was also extremely intimidating behind the scenes. In fact, he straight up spooked the cast as he carried around a butcher knife with him and even pretended to stab Jerry. Jason Alexander threatened to quit the show. After a table read of an episode where Jason Alexander's George was absent, he apparently threatened Larry David with quitting if it happened again. Larry claimed that he and the writers had issues finding something for each character to do in every episode, but Jason didn't care. He wanted to be given the same level of attention as the other three main cast members. The cast was jealous of Mitchell Richards' success. There's no doubt that Mitchell Richards' Cosmo Kramer is a standout on the show. While each and every character on the show has found a massive fan following, when the series was on air, Kramer was the star. Even during tapings, Mitchell would receive far more of a verbal reaction from the audience than anyone else. According to Cheat Sheet, this caused the other actors to demand the producers tell the audience not to clap for him whenever he entered a scene. Larry David had the lead actress fired. Fans may recall that Julia Louis-Dreyfus wasn't in the pilot for Seinfeld. This is because the main female character was supposed to be the waitress at Monk's Diner. However, according to Cheat Sheet, the actor who played the waitress gave Larry too many notes. At one point, she reportedly told him that she could write a better script. Her contract for the second episode was not renewed. Mitchell Richards was challenging to work with. In a making-of documentary of Seinfeld, both Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Jason Alexander claimed that they didn't know who Mitchell Richards really was while they made the show, and that they still don't. This is because Mitchell had an intensity about him on set. He was constantly trying out new and wacky things for the character. His dive into the warped and strange psyche of Cosmo Kramer caused him to be aloof. While he wasn't a diver, he was somewhat erratic, according to the book Seinfeld, how a show about nothing changed everything. If you love this video, make sure to like and share this video, and subscribe to our channel for more similar videos.